Hello. Hi everybody. Welcome today to today's video. Today I'm in Dinosaur City on Roblox, and this is one of my favorite games. I started out playing this when I was well, not that long ago actually, but it's yeah. I started out playing this game, I guess maybe 2 or 3 months ago. And it was super fun when I started out because it was when I first started out, when you first start out on this game, you're a very small little dinosaur, like a baby dinosaur, and it was really fun because you're kind of going through the city, and what you have to do, the object is the game is you got to go through the city, and like the more cars that you bite into, or the more buildings, small buildings you bite into, rocks, things like that, is what helps the dinosaur to make points and what helps the dinosaur to grow. So in that time, I've been able to go from level 1 to like 108. And so it's grown a lot, but it's really fun. And when I first started out the game, I had to learn what you did, because when you first come in, you kind of like don't really have an idea of, okay, what exactly do I have to do here? But this is kind of an example of what you basically do the whole time you're in the game. You're just like basically crashing into buildings, eating them, and bumping into cars, bumping into or crashing into things on the map, and that's what helps your dinosaur to grow bigger. Right now I'm in a server. I'm in my own server right now, but when I first started out the game, I was playing with a lot of other players, and yeah, so that's basically it. And I found out that when you're playing this game, the things that seem to give you the most points is like when you hit these really tall buildings, like these skyscrapers like this one, and then sometimes some of these little smaller buildings right here, at least in Dino City, because this is like where you first start out at. And I can remember when my dinosaur was a little bit smaller, and I was doing like this part of the map before. And at that time, my dinosaur was only able to eat these little rocks right here. Well, they're actually good size rocks, but for the dinosaur, when you first start out, that's pretty much what you can eat, is these smaller rocks and the smaller buildings. And then as you continue to grow, you're able to get these bigger buildings. And then I realized that you're actually able also to get on the pier, like out here on the pier, you have the lighthouses and the boats, and you're even allowed to eat those, which is also pretty fun. You can sort of chomp on those. And well, let's see, let's try running into one of these buses right here. Oh, I went into the other, this is the other city that you're able to go to when you reach, I think it was level 51 or something like that, if I remember correctly. And if I'm not, I apologize. But I think it was a level something like that. When you reach a certain level, and then you were able to go into this city where the buildings were, they're a little bit taller. And I remember when I first came into this city, this one's called I think Metropolis or something like that. And in this part, you're not able to, when I first came into this map here, I could only eat, or she would, I mean, the dinosaur would run into like this little building right here, and maybe this building here. And those are the ones that you can eat when you first start out in this city. In these smaller buildings like this one, and these two little buildings here. And then after, I think it was maybe 2 or 3, well, maybe a week or 2 of playing on this map, then you're able to graduate to these larger buildings, the blue buildings, the ones that have a lot of blue in them. And that was actually pretty cool. And then you've got these, the Ferris wheel, and all of these things help your score to go up really quickly, which is nice. And over here, we have this thing that looks like, I think, what is it, the Space Needle in Seattle? Something like that building. And we've got this tanker. You can even eat things like that on this map. And this particular dinosaur, some of them fly, and this particular dinosaur is one of them that fly. There's several levels on this game where they actually allow you to your dinosaur to fly. Yeah, so I thought this was pretty cool. We have Metropolis, and then we've got Dino City. But when I first came on this map, it was really interesting because I had been looking at the Dino City map for so long. So when I first was able to go on this one, it was like a nice break from Dino City, because everything is so bright on this level, on this map, and it's so it was a nice break. But so now sometimes I'll play this level in Dino City until I get tired of it, and then once I get tired of playing this level, sometimes I'll just go back to Dino City and just play in it for a while, because sometimes I get, I don't know about you or about, others who may play this game, but sometimes I get tired of looking at the same map, and then that's for something different or for a change, I'll go back to the other map. So it's kind of what I've been doing in this one. For those of you who may have seen, those of you who have seen the other videos, I've only been doing my personal channel. I started my first about 2 to 3 weeks ago, almost a month, will soon be a month ago, and I had my daughter Olive. My daughter was my guest on my first 2 videos, and she was a lot of help and made it really fun and interesting. And like I was telling everybody when we did those, make sure to check out Olive's videos. But on this one was my first one going solo. So this was my first advent into doing a solo video. Because my daughter's been doing her videos, Olive has been doing her videos for about a year. So her channel's fairly new also. It's fairly new as well. But she's been working on hers for a year. And then we started to branch off. we decided to branch off and then started my personal channel, like I said, about 3 weeks ago. So yes, and here we are. I think I might spent enough. I think I maybe have spent enough time on Metropolis, and I think I'm going to return to Dino City, because although you do get more points when you kind of smash and step on these other buildings and chomp on the cars and things in this particular map that I'm on right now, I personally like. I got so used to playing in Dino City that I guess I still enjoy playing on that map. So I'm thinking that I probably will still return to Dino City. Let me see. How do we get... Okay, I have to go this way to go back to Dino City. And go through this portal, and it takes us back, and voila! Here we are back in Dino City. So I think I'm going to go... this is a good example. See, we go over these buses and a couple of trucks. Let's see. And run into some of these little things that they have in the street. I don't know what those are. But they also help to give you points. And they have coins that collect as you use those. And for any of you that have played this game, you know this already. But this is just to give you a heads up for any of you who haven't played this game yet. And yeah, I found this to be really funny. I mean, not like funny, haha funny, but just like interesting. And when I would go into these buildings as your dinosaur grows, like some of these I can remember playing on different other levels where maybe the tall buildings like this one, I would go into it, and the dinosaur wasn't quite large enough to, wasn't quite as big as the building. And then after you reach the level where you play Metropolis, you can then at some point your dinosaur is about even with some of these buildings that you are eating into. And it kind of reminds me of something like, Jurassic Park or something, because, as you go through different levels and your dinosaur changes, sometimes we have these dinosaurs that have wings and it's able to fly around on the map. And then sometimes you go to a level and the dinosaur looks something more like the T-Rex. And sometimes you'll be in the same, be kind of like on the same level for, well, different levels, but different color dinosaurs for quite a while. But I think it's pretty cool. And any of you who've already played the game, or you've seen this game before, or you think you would be interested in playing it, comment down below and tell me if you've played this game already, or if you haven't played the game, or when you do play the game, and tell me your thoughts about Dino City. But I think that is going to do it for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Please share the videos if you enjoyed them. And thanks for joining me, Orka. And I hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. See you in the next one. Bye.